Makers don't really know what's going to happen with Mexico because all of the options here, Herc, are plus money. Now, the one that pays out the least is the quarterfinals at plus 135. But I've been talking with the primo. We've been discussing quite a bit. And my primo told me, you know what? I think the smart move here is the emotional hedge. And so I think I look at this and I see the values. There's no way Mexico's making a semifinal. There's no way that if this team gets out of the group, they're winning a knockout round game. Just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. They're just not good enough. Honestly, I don't really see them getting to the quarterfinals. I don't think this team is good enough to get out of this group. There's been some recent developments, okay? Jamaica, who I thought was going to be a very weak team in this group, suddenly has Leon Bailey. Suddenly has Andre Blake on the roster, even though he had knee surgery. Suddenly, Jamaica's back to a potential threat. On top of that, you've got Venezuela, who has always given Mexico a tough time, including a draw at the last Copa America Centenario, which was actually probably a game Venezuela should have won, if we're being honest. And that was a good Mexico back in 2016. And then Ecuador, which is a very good team right now and has put together some very good results down in World Cup qualifying. They're on quite a run themselves. I see Mexico going out in the group stage here, Herc. I'm protecting myself a little bit because, I'm protecting my primo a little bit here because if it happens, we're going to be plus 290 happier. But tell me I'm crazy to see Mexico going out in the group.
All right, let me play devil's advocate for mis amigos mexicanos for a second, okay? This great Jamaica squad that you speak of, while it's given Mexico problems, it's not beaten Mexico in the last 5 years. Okay, that's a reality. It hardly has ever beaten Mexico when it's mattered. There are internal problems within that own federation, and this team never plays to the level of what we see the names on paper. This Venezuela team historically has been manhandled by Mexico. It is a team that has some very interesting names, but a little top-heavy, and Mexico is going to be a very, very overwhelming favorite everywhere they play because of the home crowds. And Ecuador, this Ecuadorian team you speak of, and again, I'm playing devil's advocate for mis amigos mexicanos. Do you see what they did against the most powerful Honduras team of all time who's not in this tournament? They barely squeaked out a win, 2-1, just a few days ago. It was that bad. Now, you talk about this quarterfinal game. If they go on first place with, honestly, it could happen. I don't think if Mexico goes first place, any of us would be shocked. Like we wouldn't be shocked if they get grouped. That's a reality. If they don't make
I'd be shocked if they finish first. I would be.
Hold on for a second. If they finish first, they will play against the second place in Argentina's group, which Peru, Chile, Canada.
It's as accessible as you're going to find, Herc, but would you really bet on them to win a knockout round game? This Mexico, Herc, I get it. It's the easier path. But it's this Mexico. You've said it a million times. It's the worst Mexico we've ever seen.
I am playing devil's advocate para mis amigos mexicanos. You said it yourself. The road is much more easier. You said it yourself. The second place team is not a great team. Is not a great opponent out there. It's one game to a semifinal. Can it happen? Yes, it can happen.
Where do you think they go out?
Group.
There it is. Look at that. Look at that. The devil's advocate comes around at the end of the day. All right. So we've got stage of